Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. All our top stories can be found on our website. That's channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app on Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We'd also like to encourage you to use the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, just tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. The Abia state government and South Korea are partnering on trade and agricultural development. Governor Okwazu says that his focus is to enhance and encourage entrepreneur skills in the Aba market. He also said the project will enable over 40,000 shoemakers and garment manufacturers in the state to have access to quality equipment. To the southwest now, where the Ogun state government says it has created well over 13,000 direct jobs and about 91,000 indirect jobs through its 1 billion naira joint venture with the Bank of Industry. This was announced at a meeting with owners of small and medium enterprises at the Government House organized by the State Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Addressing participants, the State Deputy Governor charged them to use and make use of the various initiatives put in place by the state government to develop their business in conformity with today's economic realities.
Playing our statutory roles unabatedly by putting various machineries in place towards development of MSME sector in the state. We partnered with Bank of Industry, 500 million naira, 500 million for both sides, and we had a 1 billion naira facility, which JV, joint venture. And I'm happy to tell you that this facility is given to beneficiaries at the rate of 7%. The first beneficiaries that got it in 2012, mostly they are Adire sellers.
It is my belief that at the end of this program, we will come up with improved and more workable approaches for the development of micro, small, and medium enterprises, subsector of our economy in particular, and socio-economic development of Ogun State in general.
From the southwest to the south-south now, the Delta State Governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, has called for synergy between the Niger Delta Development Commission in the Niger Delta states and stakeholders as well to ensure the development of the region. Governor Okowa said the partnership would ensure non-duplication of projects.
As part of efforts by the Niger Delta Development Commission to ensure projects and programs are not duplicated across the 9 Niger Delta states, the acting managing director, Mrs. Ibim Seminitari, and a management team make a stopover in Delta State. They go to the Government House for a courtesy visit to the Governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. Mrs. Seminitari explains the reason for the team's visit to the state.
Some of the projects we'll be looking at include the Cocoa Oye Road and Cocoa Shop Protection, the Ativo Ijeka Adjuani Road, the Bomadi Troma Tanibe Road, the Bomadi Baralego Road, and the Patani Agoloma Road. We'll also inspect the NDDC Prototype Students Hostel at Abraka, at Delta State University Abraka, where I'm told the contractor has abandoned site.
She also wants more synergy with the Delta State government in projects execution.
With regards to projects, the Commission has undertaken projects in bridges, shoreline protection, roads, water borehole, rural electrification, solar-powered light, skill acquisition, health centers, amongst others. Each of these has targeted community needs. Delta State, with a population of about 4 million people, according to official figures from the National Population Commission, needs a closer collaboration with the NDDC for proper and even development.
While commending the Commission on already completed projects in the state, Governor Okowa advised the NDDC management team to liaise with the state and local government councils with regards to projects in the areas.
We have seen in the past a multiplication of projects that would ordinarily not have been there are some of our communities now that you get into, not just in Delta State, but across the Niger Delta states, where you probably see 2, 3 water schemes, and then there is no plan in place to even make them work. So it becomes very frustrating to the various communities when they see water schemes up to 2, 3 standing out there, and there is no one working.
The benefits of most of these projects cannot be overemphasized, as they are needed to tackle the enormous development challenges still evident in the Niger Delta region. The NEDC promises to keep track of these development projects.
To Bayelsa State, where Governor Siriaka Dixon has urged the newly appointed commissioners and special advisors in the state to help the government manage its resources in spite of the slowdown in the economy and low revenue from the federal government. The governor told the appointees to restore the state's government agenda and advised them to be creative in handling their assignments.
We have done a lot in the past 4 years, but a lot more is still expected from you and from our government. Congratulate you all, and I remind you of the prevailing times. The past 4 years have been quite challenging, and from all indications, the next 4 years are likely to be even more challenging. And at this period, we call for greater dedication and selflessness. We call for more commitment and loyalty. And we also ask for people to improvise and be creative. This is a time that all of us must think and act outside the box.
Elsewhere to Edo State now, where the High Court sitting in Benin City, the state capital, has reinstated Osaro Obaze as the elected chairman of Edo Local Government Council in Edo State. The court's decision also nullifies the state government suspension of Mr. Obaze from office on October the 6th, 2015. Justice Esohe Kwame, while delivering judgment, stated that the grounds for his removal did not follow the due process of law.
Jubilant scenes at the High Court of Justice in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Justice Esohe Ikpome has just delivered judgment reinstating Osaro Obaze as the duly elected chairman of Oedo Local Government Area of Edo State. The Oedo Council boss has also been cleared of allegations of misappropriation and diversion of public funds. Olayiwola Afolabi, counsel to Mr. Obaze, says the court's judgment is victory for the judiciary in Edo State.
The day I said today that the man is still the elected democratic chairman of Edo, and I'm happy. I want the executive, the legislature to have a company judgment. We're happy that we have a judge in Edo State who can say no to any interference by the governor or the speaker. So we're happy today.
It was a declarative judgment. And that is what I pray to Almighty God to do for us. And this will create more opportunity for our younger generation, to participate in democracy. Otherwise, we are getting very frustrated and, out of this business of rendering service to our people.
From the High Court, it was straight to Oedo Council headquarters, where the cheering news that the council boss is back to office had already filtered in. The Oedo Council chairman wastes no time in resuming work since his suspension from office on October 6, 2015. He says the first step is to return to status quo ante.
The power vested on me today by the Court of Competent Jurisdiction, I hereby retain status quo that existed whilst before the suspension. So the secretary is reinstated, the supervisor is suspended, all revenue agents to the council that were there and committees in my time should go back and resume their office.
With the chairman, Osaro Obaze, back to work, normalcy is expected to return to Oedo Local Government Council.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Stay with us. Coming up in Kwara State, the state governor moves to strengthen anti-cultism laws.